As I walked out in the streets of Laredo, as I walked out in Laredo one day, I spied a young cowboy all wrapped in white linen, all wrapped in white linen and cold as the clay. I see by your outfit. Hold on a second, guys. Drinking from the big jug. All right, who's coming in? Wolverine's here, and Anbu and Steve, and Rusina God, Farzan, Big Swag Man, Christopher, Max Don the Madman, Musty Top Hat, Gotcha Greninja. I will talk to you guys about what the title refers to in just a little bit. Just let any notifications that Susan may see fit to give to us get out there first. But hey, Lude and Nectar, and I know you guys. Well, a lot of you guys get as frustrated with YouTube as do I. And lately, I've had more and more things, both videos and live streams, that I've wanted to do and know there's no sense in doing them on YouTube because they're so hypersensitive about everything. Like today, I really wanted to make a video and do a follow-up live stream about the whole thing that's going on with Joe Rogan right now. Wanted to make a video, potential live stream follow-up on this really disturbing video I saw out of Vegas. And there's they just beat you into submission here at YouTube. It's like, well, I don't want to go through a lot of time and effort to do that just to have them take a strike of the channel or something. Because if I come out, say on the Rogan issue, now you guys know me as far as vaccines and stuff like that. I'm triple vax the whole nine. But if I come out and say at any point in any way that some of what Rogan's guests said are solid, factually solid, and they're calling them misinformation, then my channel gets hit. And so that's where you get left with YouTube. You can't have serious conversation about anything. MXR, J Money? No, I don't know. Yeah, communism forever. Well, that's what I'm thinking, BTG. Now, I got looking around, and this rumble that the conservatives started. As you guys know, I lean right, but I have a lot of views that are not going to be friendly to hardcore conservatives. But Rumble swears that they have a platform that they're going to leave open for all perspectives and points of view. I'm hemming and hawing about that. If any of you got time, I mean, I know it's asking you guys to invest a lot just in sitting here streaming with me. If any of you want to look up Rumble, see what you think, poke around there a little bit. They started a live streaming service. Now, the difference there is, you can't just make a secondary channel, Simping Stan. The terms of service say very distinctly, if they cut you off of one, you're not to make another channel. Now I know people do it all the time, but if you're high profile enough, they are going to find your other channels and get rid of them. No, they absolutely cannot do that. Let's see. Depends if you're just going to do extra content in other places. Sure, if you're going to take content away from the channel to somewhere else, to say no. But what I would do is, to be perfectly honest with you, Lude, here at YouTube, and this is what now being on, that TikTok has proved to me. There's, for whatever reason, outside of you guys, now I'm not including you guys, and when I say you guys, I mean those of you who are with us in the chat regularly. You guys are the real, so it's probably fine, Chrome's saying, Um, you guys are real hardcore members of the community here. But as far as what I upload here to YouTube, there's not much sense in uploading anything other than some reaction videos to try not to laughs and the occasional anime stuff. There's just no interest in them. I can get, like I said, I can give you a good example now. A few weeks ago, I just got to get my numbers here. A few weeks ago, because you guys know how much I enjoy just doing silly, dopey crap, I uploaded that the video clip from GTA 5 where I tried to jump over the wall and it didn't go over so well. I uploaded that a few weeks ago. Last I knew, I think that has about 1,500 views here on YouTube. I uploaded it 3 or 4 days ago on TikTok and it has 19,000 views. And that's not to demean anything. It's just, it is what it is. This channel has become very centric around one specific type of entertainment. The streams and the try not to laughs / reaction videos. As you guys have seen in the streams, I've always been impressed when we have more serious conversations about how well versed everyone is in world affairs here and everything. I mean, we've talked about that on a number of occasions. I've had to do them less and less because you see what YouTube is doing now. So the problem with live streaming over there is the live streams here support a lot of what we do on YouTube because you guys support it with super chats, things like that. I'd be taking the total different angle because over there, I actually have to pay for the bandwidth I need to live stream. So I believe there is software, and I can look into this. You guys may know off the top of your heads. I can get that will allow me to stream to both at once, to Rumble and YouTube at the same time. That might be a workaround. But that wouldn't work either, though, because the topics I want to talk about at Rumble are the ones that are going to get the channel in trouble here at YouTube. AZN says, I've honestly never thought YouTube would be fraying at the seams. Back in 06 or 07, when it really took off, was the best. Then Viacom came, R.I.P. Luma 29 star. Yeah, well, it's definitely, once Google got a hold of it, that's when things went down in the shitter. Excuse me. Chrome says, no matter what alternative you find, it's probably going to have more extremists on it from the start. A lot of these new alternatives are going to take a while to take off. Well, that's the good thing I did notice about Rumble, Chrome, because it's been out there for several years, and it just really started to take off. And I will say this, them offering Rogan $100 million to move from Spotify is encouraging for one reason only. It tells you a lot that they feel really good about their footing in the industry. You're not going to offer $100 million to somebody unless you feel like, and their growth has been exponential. So I don't think we would be running into something that is a fly-by-night. I don't think I'd be posting a lot. And actually what I would post over there too, I'm getting ahead of myself. What I'd post over there too, I can tell you exactly. I want to make a video about, again, that insane goings on in that Vegas high school that just took place a couple days ago. I wanted to make a commentary video about Joe Rogan and what's going on there and what I think about that. I want to make a bunch of videos about our overly sensitive society. It's all stuff that I run a real risk putting on YouTube. Well, I actually had, Philip, I've had Rumble bookmarked for a while. Just because I was looking at other alternatives for these reasons. But I will say, as I mentioned, and I know your comment came up before I said that, them offering him money did pique my interest, not because I'm going to get any of that money. That has nothing to do with it. Because that just tells me that they feel really solid about where they're going. If you're offering somebody a $100 million contract, you got to feel pretty good about the system. And it would probably be... It'd probably be a really good move for them bringing Rogan in would just insanely prop up their profile. Stan says, why don't you just post your Rumble videos as links on the community tab? Some Trouble is not affiliated with you. No, well, that's, but yeah, something Stan, that obviously I would post the links elsewhere. Yeah, that's not the question. The question is whether or not I want to not move content, but bring content to Rumble. Oh, because what it would do, I'm not taking anything away from here per se. I'm just not going to do as many different types of videos on here. What I've come to learn, and you would think with as long as I've been doing this, I would have learned sooner. You've got to find your audience. Now on TikTok, that's the perfect audience for making the comedy videos I like to make. It's perfect. That's what people there enjoy watching. Here on YouTube, the try not to laughs and again the occasional anime content are perfect. Obviously, our Patreon is all about anime. The Goosh is all anime related, and that's what we do there together. And then Rumble would be for more serious topics and topics that have enough edge to them that you can't dare take a stab on putting them up on YouTube if you want to keep your channel. Oh, yeah, thank you. Chrome, I didn't notice that. Let me see if I can fix it. I don't know why it's not showing up. It does this every once in a while. I have to like reload it. Okay, where are we here? Not media share. Studio, label, event list, chat box. Okay. All right, let's see if that Let's see if that gets it loading in the chat box. I have no idea. It had been fine. Let's see the properties. What's going on here? Come on. Properties. I might have to... Oh, man, don't make me replace that. That's a pain in the ass. Yeah, it's just not connecting at all. You guys are right. And usually... Yeah, let me try hiding it and then putting it back. Sometimes that'll kick it into gear. Just interacting with it. Nope, and it's looking like it doesn't want to be a part of us here. J Money says the only question I would have is how can you determine what is acceptable to put on YouTube versus what you would put on Rumble, considering how inconsistent they are, even though they have rules. I'm not sure what you mean, J Money. YouTube is inconsistent. That's why I would put content over there onto Rumble. Anything that would come close to, and with YouTube, it's so uneven. You don't know, because we've already seen it myself. I've had to fight off strikes on the channel for content that is all over the internet in reaction videos, or all over YouTube in reaction videos. They're entirely inconsistent. Philip says in Canadian news, Trudeau continues to hide and pretend the convoy is not there. Hasn't really tweeted anything about it. Instead, he's focusing on Ukraine and Beijing Olympics. That's what I've seen. He's just, you're right. He's in total denial. I think I'm going to have to replace the chat box here, guys. I don't know why the hell. This is an entirely Streamlabs fuck up now. All right, let me get the properties on that. BTG says, right, I've got to go. Speaking of political leanings, there's this old video that's very relevant. Segue. When do you think next clip reaction? Hold on a second. I got to read that again, BTG. Speaking of political leanings, there's this old video that's very relevant. Well, bringing back everybody's old videos are what got Rogan into his issues. Next clips reaction? I have no idea, BTG. I have no idea. Like I said, I wouldn't want to just throw an arbitrary date at you. I don't know from day to day what I'll be live streaming. I'm just trying to get you guys' chat back in this. All right, looks like we're going to have to... Hold on, guys. I'm going to have to replace the chat box and hope it does it properly. Oh, wait, let me just hide it first and put another one on top of it. On top of it. Oh, I apologize, guys. Always got to be something. Okay, and now we don't have... Where the hell is my chat? Is that why? Did they take the chat box away? Is that why it's not working? So I'm trying to add one to it and I don't even see it here. Oh wait, maybe down here they move it? Chat box, there it is. Okay. Alright. Let's add it and see what happens. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to add a new chat box. Let's see what happens here. Properties. Nothing. Source. John Cleese versus Extremism is the title, by the way. John. Oh, I think I've seen that, BTG. I think I've seen that. I know I've seen that, as a matter of fact. Yes, I know exactly the video you're talking about. I like John Cleese. Always have. Yes, I know exactly what you mean. All right, so that did me no good. So that's not it. Let me get rid of that one. This is really weird. I don't know. I'm thinking maybe I've got to find where I connect it back to the YouTube channel. Okay, let's remove it. Go back to the original one. Come on, where's my chat box? There it is. All right. Oh, great. What the fuck is... It's a mess here. It won't even... Oh, are you kidding? It won't even let me into the properties of the chat box anymore. What the hell? I'm not... Oh, shit. Sup Oink says, I really appreciate the stream right now. My computer shut off in the middle of me working and pissed me off so much I launched my headphones right into a wall. Uh-oh. So now my headphones are broken. I'm still pissed. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Yeah, guys, I'm not... Streamlabs is having major fucking seizures. How can it not... See, what if I go in here? Will it give me properties there? Nope. Now, how is that possible? We stream on the regular. You guys know that. Out here all the time. And then one day you just start the stream and something you use every single day all of a sudden doesn't work. I will get right back. I apologize, guys, for being away from the chat. Just let me see if I can fix this for you guys. I don't know how I'm going to fix it when it won't let me into the properties of the chat box. You fuck. Supports. YouTube chat, we know that. Okay, so add a source. So what is it? Yeah, now let's see if I can get properties on this one. This one has... Wow, this is fucking weird. somehow, guys, it lost the connection to our YouTube channel, and when I click on source, it doesn't give me an option to get it back. Yeah. We're going to have to use the chat on the side for today, guys, and then I'll have to work on this again later. It's just completely gone. Just to be a dick, I would imagine. Have you tried unplugging and plugging in YouTube? Andrew says. Trust me, I wish we could unplug and plug back in YouTube. Yeah, probably right, Chrome. She says you'll probably have to reset the stream. Next stream it'll probably fix itself. We'll have to wait and see. Yeah, that was just bizarre. I don't. Let me just check one more thing in my settings real quick. Scene collections. Stream. Okay, no, it says we're logged in on YouTube. Yeah, so there's no reason for. I thought maybe it had logged me out of it, but we're still logged in with Streamlabs with YouTube. Yeah, James, he says, I hear you're a giant dog. My wife and grandson just came in, and whenever somebody comes in, she's got to alert the world. She hides, but she's got to alert everybody. Now, the other option is, what I want to stream and the videos I want to make actually do fit within YouTube's guidelines. My concern is YouTube doesn't always care about their own guidelines if they just decide randomly, as the frontline people tend to do, that they just don't like you or don't like the content of your video. I could start doing that. The first time I get community guidelines is a warning, but the warning stays there like a harbinger over your head. So if you get another, they can start striking you. I could just, instead of going to a new platform, I could just take the chances and put them up there. And if they come after me, do what I did last time. When we had that last community guideline strike, I went through the appeals process. They denied it. I was already in conversations with a lawyer because, again, I can't just leave an invalid action against my channel on here. And then it took me getting a hold of them through Twitter to Team YouTube to finally get it removed. I don't know. Yeah, Egodgo says it's what happens when your employee base is clicky douches who hold meaningless grudges. Ain't that the truth? Deuce says, well, I got to get back to work. All I got to say is that Rumble offered Joe Rogan 100 million. Yeah, to leave Spotify and join them. So I say you hold out for at least $1 million. Yeah, I'm sure. I think I'll be holding out for a long time, pal. Oh, that's funny. Raptor says, one time I had headphones bad and the shit made my ear bleed, literally bleed. Thankfully now I have nice headphones. Jesus. Simbing Stan says, I'm so confused why everyone is upset with Joe Rogan. Apparently something about his podcast. And to be honest, people are so offended with him, they're not ready for discovering Howard Stern. Well, that's one of the things I was going to talk about in the video. It's very selective who they get outraged with. They're very outraged with Rogan and his use of the N-word. Now, he did use it a lot. I do know a couple of the clips were contextually very inoffensive. He was discussing the use of the word and used the word to do so. I mean, does that really hurt people? That's how far we've devolved? Now a word is actually painful to people despite context? That's frighteningly backwards. But he felt the need to apologize. And again, I don't know the context of all of them. Some of them might have been egregious, the uses of them. But I do know at least a couple of them, because I've seen the entirety of the clips, were just him discussing the use of the word. But that's why they're after him right now. But again, then the same people that want to cancel him don't want to talk about, as has been brought up over and over, people like Howard Stern and his blackface and his use of the word all the time, because he's he's the left's darling right now. Or Ted Danson when he went blackface, or or Justin Trudeau and his blackface background. It's selective outrage. Philip says they've now got convoys at the Alberta-Montana border, and the Cowboys joined that one. They've got another in Winnipeg, where some anarchist moron hit and run for convoy protesters. Shit. Right, exactly. Like Chrome says, them finding Rogan's old clips isn't organic. They knew about the clips already and are using it in a series of attacks to take him down. Oh, I mean, to be perfectly honest with you guys, what I would love to be able to do is move just all our content over to Patreon. Patreon is ultimately cool. Patreon takes the stance of, listen, if you got a problem with something that someone posted, I mean, outside of something egregious where you're actually calling for violence against others or something, Patreon takes the stance of, here's the, if you're going to file a copyright claim, if you think you've been slandered, here's the person's information. It's between you and them. It's not us. We are not, because Patreon is not a publishing platform in any way, shape, or form. The videos have to be linked from elsewhere, so on and so forth. I would love to do that. There's a couple problems with it. I feel bad because I have to keep everything behind a paywall. We learned that. Even though it's only $1 a month, some people just don't have means to do it. So I don't like the fact that it doesn't allow everybody to be there. And plus, most of the people find the Patreon through the YouTube. So that's the conundrum there. James says, I'm sick of this SJW, I need representation, cancel culture bullshit. A lot of people are. The fortunate thing is, we've talked about this before, it does seem a little bit anyway to seem like there is a pushback somewhat against that culture. Certainly more so than there has been in any time recently. Ashley says, never give up, Curtis. You always have helped me through my night job. I loved listening to you reacting to DBZA. Oh, such fun times. So never give up. Your reactions make my day. Always continue to upload as much as you can. Well, thanks, Ashley. I appreciate that. Well, like I say, it's just been a matter for me, and this has been recently, of learning what content does well where. As I said, something that I post here with 300,000 subscribers, a comedy video, for instance, might get 1,500 views. I'll post that same comedy bit to TikTok where I have 5,000 subscribers and it'll get 15,000 views. I guess I have to learn to know my audience. Now, look, but I'll guarantee you today's video, being a try not to laugh from attic, is doing well. I'll take a look, see if I'm right. Let's see where we're at. Yep. Yeah, so now this one, this was posted, about just almost exactly an hour ago. And it has more views than, like, for instance, when I posted the Curtis Candy versus Goku wrestling a few days ago. It has more views than any of the quick comedy bits I've uploaded, and those were posted weeks ago. It's just that's what we have for an audience here at YouTube. Chrome says, here's some more Reddit responses to, and don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining. It's just coming to recognize that there's no sense in posting the other stuff here. The Ottawa trucker thing, by the way, they're living stereotypes. Okay, let me take a look at those. I'll be right back, guys. I'm just looking at Chrome's link. I lost my cool. My significant other brought me chicken McNuggets. She made them because we can't fucking get to Burger King. And I don't know why, but I literally just fucking lost it and threw the nuggets all over the wall. It's a fucking honking fucking bastard. And all the ring. That's pretty good. Nectar says, the losers at the media have moved from Trump to to vaccines to Rogan. They're trying hard to stay relevant instead of covering actual news. For example, housing crisis. Agreed 100%, Nectar. That's another video that's going to, I want to make that would test the lines here. Because as somebody whose background is in journalism, I hate modern journalism. They're not journalists. They're crap. I mean, they're just purveyors of a narrative. And that infuriates me. And I never call them out as fake news because it's not fake news they're doing. It's slanted news. It's news with very strategic omission, which to me is just as bad or worse than being fake news. And I probably am going to go ahead with it. I'm going to try it. And we'll see what happens. And if YouTube comes at me, who knows? Hopefully I'll be able to afford getting the right legal representation because I'm really tired of it. And I really want to fight back against it. James says, I never got into One Piece. Oh, it's been so good. I tried a few times but wasn't feeling it. But maybe I just need to watch more before it gets good. Oh, James, like I say, I can't recommend it any more highly. I freaking love it. Absolutely love it. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. Leon is saying go to Rumble. That's what we're talking about, Leon. That's what we're talking about. I don't know. Maybe what I'll do first, I'll leave it up to you guys. We got a decent number of people in here today. If I make a video either today or tomorrow and post a commentary video, I'll get to the post in just a second, Dragon. I have to write this down because my memory's so bad. I'll forget the options I gave you guys. So here's 3 topics. You guys tell me in here what you'd rather see a video on. And if the video gets a lot of response, we'll do a follow-up stream to it in the coming days. We could either do it on the Joe Rogan situation. We could do it on the useless media. Or what was my third option? Oh, or I can do, I want to talk about that young girl in Vegas that was beaten to unconsciousness in her classroom while teachers stood by and the other students laughed. And it's all on video. So you guys, of those 3, Canadian truckers definitely too, Nectar, but of those 3, which one would you prefer to see if I did one today or tomorrow? Let's see. Sup, new? I'm Dad. Nectar, somebody said I'm new. Oh, DJ. Hi, DJ. The thing about the girl, Link says. All right. Let's make fun of the schooling system, Link says. Third, you guys like that? It's an infuriating story. Watching the video infuriates me. Question, how well did the Totally Not Mark video? Because that was another controversial topic, and YouTube gave some people a hard time about it. Oh, I don't know. I'd have to go back and look at that one. I'm sure not as well as like the Try Not to Laugh videos, but I think better than some of the comedy videos. Gilly's still around. Gilly hangs out at the Discord every so often. Viper I haven't seen in ages. First or third one, Leon says. Oh, Licks. Licks, when you see that video. Now, see, that's where I got to be careful. That video is all over the place. It's all over, I mean, Twitter, everywhere. But I'll probably only be able to use a small piece of it and then discuss it, but I could give you guys the link to the video so you can see it for yourselves. Because, again, YouTube will get oversensitive about it, even though you can see it out every place else. And I wouldn't care if they're just going to demonetize, but they won't. They'll come after the channel. Carson City sucks, never come to Nevada. Link versus Samus. Who went? Samus. I don't even remember Samus. So I can't say. I can't even remember that character. Oh, Gabe. If you turn the world race car backwards, it says race car. But if you turn the race car sideways, you have Paul Walker's blood on your hands. Or Dale Earnhardt's. All right, well, then what we'll do is I will make that video for you guys. I'll try and make it today. It's going to be a short video. It's a commentary video. It'll be a good test run for YouTube too, because I'm going to monetize it and everything. Let's see what they do to me. And there's not even anything controversial about it. I'm just going to talk about an angle within that that nobody's talking about. Everybody's talking about how the school is fucked for not doing anything or having guidelines in place that don't allow anybody to do anything about it. My perspective, my take on all this is if that was my child and there's a video of that happening, I know exactly what I'm going to fucking do. And that's not what they're not talking about. You're going to allow shit like this to go on until there's a real tragedy, a major tragedy. Because I'm not going to say, I'm not stupid enough to say what I would do in that situation, but I know what it would be. You always try your name? Okay, I'll try your name. All right, I'm going to go with Talal. I'm probably going to kill the last name if I didn't kill the first name. Talal Alphamy? Alphamy? Is that close at all? Chrome's got another link on Twitter. One of the funniest lib meltdowns in a long time. Oh, okay. Oh, this should be... Oh, apologies, guys. Oh, well, it'll stop now.
Freedom improves. Simple as that. Simple as that. Fuck you. Fuck me? Fuck you. Join us.
He's having a meltdown. That's good shit. Well, I'll make that video, Hawkmast. And again, I know me. It's not. There's no question in my mind what I would do. I know exactly what I would do. If I watched that happen to my child, oh yeah, I know what I'd fucking do. And you guys know me as well as anybody. I make jokes about it. There are some sociopathic tendencies to me. The thing is, I think most of us have them. I think a lot of you guys would recognize them. A lot of people would deny that they do. Mine are undeniable. In the respect, and I say that in the respect that I think if somebody has done something that would hurts someone that's important to me, I don't care about them. I don't care if they didn't get enough hugs. I don't care how they got to this bad place in life. I just want to make things right in my own mind. Oh, Dragon, don't forget to read my last post. I'm sorry, pal. God damn it, Curtis. I thought I had stopped the chat on that, too. I'm sorry, buddy. Dragon says, what does the Titanic say as it sank? I'd like to nominate all of my passengers for the Ice Bucket Challenge. Oh. Well, this for a good cause, though. Come on. So, at least their deaths weren't in vain. Oh, that's terrible. Excuse me. Philip says, even if you don't turn the sound on in that video, you can hear it from his body language alone. Truth. That's absolutely true. Yeah, that's all. I love talking about that stuff. And the one thing I've been very impressed with is when we have, whether it's topical, political, whatever, any type of topical conversation here, I mean, we've got a lot of people here that are very well, I say spoken, it's in written word, very well written and very thoughtful. I've never had any type of forum where I've personally learned more from having discussions than here. And by that, I mean, it's not even necessarily that people change my opinions. It's just that they give me a different way of looking at the things that shape my opinions. And that's cool. I love that. Absolutely love it. But that video won't take me long to make. It's not going to be a long drawn out thing. So I will make it today and post it later. And if there's a lot of interest in it, maybe tomorrow we'll do a live stream about it. Hey, Nolan. Madman says, by the way, I rewatched your film One Last Kill and it's still a masterpiece. Well, thanks. I appreciate that. Have you ever thought of doing a prequel at some point showing Curtis's backstory and what led him to being on death row? That'd actually be fun, Madman. That'd be interesting. You know what? Actually, what I would do, Madman, rather than that, if I ever had the time, money, and money would lead to getting crew together to be able to do it. I think rather than do a prequel, I would do a remake. But in the remake, you know how in the movie Curtis describes all the things he had done? We would visually show them as he's describing them. Don't you think? I think that would even, well, like you said, prequel's too cool too to see how he got where he was. But I didn't have the funds when I made that movie to be able to do it that way. And I always would have wanted to take each and every one of those incidents that Curtis talks about and actually have his voiceover while you're seeing a representation of what happened. Rosa says, I just visited, I'm not sure that pronunciation, Fricourt? There are 17,000 graves on location, each from German soldiers. If you were to line up all the graves, it would be 16 miles. The amount of graves there was insane. That's crazy. Wow. Wow. Yeah, I'd go, Curtis, can you scat? Nope. not nearly enough rhythm. And there's two meanings to scat. No, on both cases. No one says, well, if we're talking about learning, did you know that pee is stored in the balls? Well, I will cut to Goose Goose scene as he's describing his crimes. Yeah, Andrew. Obviously we didn't have the budget to do that. I would have loved to have done that. Put some actual video to the things he had described. Philip says, all this worry about the convoy protests becoming violent, and so far the only violence has been against the convoy. Not surprised. Meanwhile, the truckers are setting up pizzerias, bouncy castles, and line dancing. I saw that. I saw the bouncy houses and shit. No, the worst part about it is, as you guys had mentioned, Trudeau's just like, it's not happening. La, 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 la. If I don't talk about it, it's not happening. I mean, people are beside themselves up there, dude. I mean, do you know how many people just in your own nation just absolutely loathe you? Dragon says the quickest way to the hospital, just stand in the middle of a busy road. Yeah, that'll get you there pretty quick, depending on the emergency services in the region. Good question, Rosa. Wait, so where's my pee stored? I don't have balls anymore. Good question. Fair question. Yeah, there were bouncy houses, Krusty Bomb. Yes. Yeah, check it out. There's video on social media of it. Well, thanks, Madman. I appreciate that. Yeah, that was always my goal. I always wished I could have done that. Flashed back to him, the scene in the psych ward, the road rage, all of that. It would have been fun to actually have been able to shoot that. Sentient Lawn Chair says, yeah, I'm shocked Justin hasn't talked about it. Yeah, I can't say I'm shocked, though, pal. My personal opinion, Justin Trudeau is a major pussy. That doesn't surprise me at all. I mean, as the convoy was getting together, he talked all this shit about the people and, how they're a small fringe group and they're this and they're that. And then when he found out it was something much more than that, he just went into first hiding and now denial about it. I don't know. Yeah, I would, Hawk, I'll make that one today, and I would love to make the other two. Now, again, I think, and talking to you guys always helps me out. I think what I'll do is I'll post them to YouTube. And if I start having any issues, I'll have to move stuff to Rumble. I don't think there's any reason to preemptively move them to Rumble. Only because what I'm doing is within YouTube's guidelines. It's just a matter of whether YouTube gives a fuck or not, whether they're within their guidelines. Because that's the problem with YouTube, is the uneven way that actions are taken against YouTubers. Oink says, okay, but to play devil's advocate, what major political figure doesn't have a large amount of people who hate them? Truth. No, 100%. You're 100% right. Like, it's just that when you've got the people hating you to the point that they're willing to do things as extreme as this, you have a serious issue. I should have been more specific about that. No, you're right. Every major political figure has scores of people that despise them. Oh, it's gotten bad, Johnny. I always loved the Pro Bowl too. He says, "Curtis, you see the pussy Pro Bowl? I'd rather watch the soccer fairies prance around." Yeah, it's. I understand that they don't want anybody to get hurt, but if they're going to get it to this, they should just turn it. And I mean this seriously, just turn it into flag football or something. Why put on the pretense of even padding up and everything? Come on, it's gotten a little ridiculous. Rosa says, what is the difference between an anorexic and an African? The anorexic chose to starve. The African is starving because they didn't pay for a cup of coffee. Rosa, you're on a roll today. Gabe says, bully, hey, virgin. Victim, I'm not a virgin. Just ask your sister. Bully, I don't have a sister, dumbass. Victim, just wait 9 months. Oh, that's pretty good. I like that one. I've never heard that one. Oh, that's pretty good. Lick says, I mean, the news has got to fabricate violence to sell their agenda. Got that right. And they're using Reddit and Twitter as pawns. Peaceful protests don't sell clicks, right? That's why that would be one of the things I would like to cover. I mean, again, the media being the shit show that it is hits home to me personally. Even though I didn't stay with it, it was something, I wanted to do enough that I invested my time in getting educated in the field. I worked for a newspaper before I found out that I just didn't care for doing it every day. But enough of a connection to it that to see what it's become, and then to see some of the people who are the most egregious purveyors of nonsense that passes for journalism being the ones who are the most adamant that they're being misrepresented and people are just being mean to them because they're doing, the people's work. Bullshit. You're not doing the people's work. You're doing the work of the people that you wish to promote and the policies you wish to promote. Period. That's it. Simping Stan says, because of the Joe Rogan situation, people are now beginning to try to cancel The Rock because he turned against Rogan. Trying to use clips from WWE as material to cancel him. It's gotten completely out of hand, the whole canceling bullshit. See, my stance on all that, just like with Rogan, I don't use the N-word. You will not find, again, anytime I've used the N-word, I could go through, there's been, I think, twice on the channel. I could have deleted those videos. I'm not, because context is important. I used it the one time when somebody said something with the N-word and the A end, the soft ending. And just as I was laughing, because as I tend to do, I'm always repeating lines that make me laugh. I repeated it. Okay. It is what it is. It was funny and I got caught up in it. I'm not going to apologize for that. And then the only other time I've used it is when we were discussing the word itself and why I find its use distasteful. And that was back at a time when context actually did matter and people didn't care if you said it because they actually looked into the context of it. I'm not gonna delete those videos. That'd be like admitting I did something wrong. If somebody doesn't like it, that they're there, I don't care. No, I'm not taking. I don't. Thank you, Big Green. I don't know who said. I'm not taking down any content. I'm not taking away any content. I'm just deciding what to do. But I think what I've decided is I'll try putting this content up here on YouTube. We'll see how it goes. And if I have issues, then we'll have to move to Rumble. Although I might even post them at both. Just to start building a following at Rumble too in case we have to go there. That'd probably be the best bet, huh? I'll have to look into Rumble more. I might do that. Let's see. Chrome says, damn, you just gave Susan her own One Piece quest. Susan's One Piece. Finding the one clip of you saying then we're to ban you permanently. Yep. Yeah, but like I say, I'm not now. If I in that same situation, I fully admit if I was talking about today, I would say the N word instead of the word because the perception of that has changed. People are not interested in context anymore. I think it's silly, but if that's how society wants it, I'll play along. It doesn't matter to me. But I'm not going to take something down because times have changed and now it would be perceived a certain way. I'm just not gonna, and I'm not gonna apologize for it. And again, if it ever comes to that and somebody wants to cancel me for it, have at it. Go for it. Lex says I'm very paranoid, but this Rumble shit looks like a massive scam app. No, Lex. They've been they've been around since at least I think like 2015, and it's pretty solid. I've looked into that. They've got their own payment processors, their own servers, all this, so they don't have to worry about if they carry content that goes against the mainstream thoughts that they can get deplatformed, like they did with that conservative app that was an answer to Twitter. There, I forgot the name of it. But no, it's legit. Now the content may not be for everybody, but the running of Rumble seems to be very legit. Krusty says, I suggest initially posting on both platforms first, build up a following on that end. Yeah, I think that's I think that's the best idea, Krusty. And again, that's why I talk to you guys about this stuff, because this is how I come up with the best means forward. So I'll post them here and I'll post them at Rumble. I just got to make sure. And now I know I will say that for YouTube, I can post my content that I put on YouTube any place else I want. I don't know if Rumble wants like content or not. I can't imagine they would have an issue with it. What difference does it make to them? It's still generating views on Rumble. So, excuse me. Oh, and for any of you that, let me give it to you because I did open an account. For any of you that, in case I put stuff there, if you're interested in it, I'm just Curtis Candy at Rumble. Let's see. Where the hell? How do I get to? I'm just trying to see here. I'll go to my homepage for you guys if I can find it. Are you serious here? Do they not? They not give you an actual homepage? What the fuck? Oh, okay. My subscription, my channels. You have not created any channels yet. What the hell am I looking at here? Oh, okay. I think I've got more work to do here. I have an account, but I have to actually create a channel. Create channel. Okay. So I'll give you guys I'll give you guys all that information as I put it together. I thought by opening an account you had a channel, but you have to add the channel separately. Parlor, yes. No, that's what I was trying to think of. Krusty Bomb says, by the way, when the Rumble ball starts rolling, you may as well start putting links to it on Discord. That's a good idea too. And but what I'll do at first, I'll put them on YouTube and Rumble, but I'll mention in the YouTube videos that these will be going on Rumble too, and maybe it'll push people over that way. But I'm going to leave this page up because apparently I got to set up a new channel first anyway. So I'm just going to call the channel Curtis Candy. I saw that. Philip says the mayor of Ottawa is losing his mind. Tried to get the 10 million from GoFundMe, went to another platform. Tried to arrest those giving material support. Walked past police, couldn't get the army. Yep. Yeah, it's getting crazy. What do you call an antique farm equipment? Oh, that's awful. Critical race theory? Yeah. Yeah, I would like to discuss that more. I could foresee myself making a video on that. Now that's here too. See, my views are not extreme on critical race theory. I understand why some people support it, but I don't, and I have very specific reasons why I do not. That would be an interesting test to YouTube, because YouTube is owned by Google, who wants to be the ultimate in political correctness at all times and be the ultimate in wokeness. So whenever you stop walking that line, that's when you run into the opportunity for them to take action against you. Let's get ready to rumble. No one says. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to pack this up for today because I should have enough time. I'll try and get that video up. Again, it's not going to be a long video, but I will give you the link and everything. You're going to want to see that one. Well, it's going to infuriate you, but if you're like me, you want to see it anyway. I'll put a small snippet of the actual video in mine, but I will link to you where you can see the whole thing. It's horrific. It's terrible. And again, my take on it is I want to point out something that nobody's covering. There's an angle where this could get even worse yet. Okay, guys, thank you for this. Again, that's why I come to you guys for assistance. You help me figure it all out. That's probably what I'll do. I'm going to create this new Rumble channel, and then I'll post these commentary, political, whatever, topical videos to both. And hopefully we'll build up a little bit of a following at Rumble too. So if YouTube does start giving me shit about them, we'll just bop them on off to Rumble. Thank you guys. Appreciate it very much. It's Monday sticky stuff, but you guys helped me out a lot today. Took a load off my mind. Load. So now I'm going to give you, I can't believe I'm about to say this, a load of sticky stuff. Sometimes I make myself sick. Yeah, all right. It's blasé. It's Monday, but the sticky stuff is good because it's a load. Pampu, pampu. Sticky stuff for you, sticky stuff for you, sticky stuff for you, sticky stuff for you, sticky stuff for you back there. Because we'll bang, okay? Flashly like buggy. And as always, most importantly, and you bet your ass, it's always a load. Goose, 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 goose. Goo.